I'll start today's video with an apology, in case there's any significant background noise, because my neighbour is being annoying again. That being said, welcome back to Day of the Day. We have some more days today, starting with one that's kind of thematically appropriate from yesterday, which is National Astronauts Day. Which is probably one of those careers that I assume a lot of kids established to be, like, put down as what they'd want to be, but probably most of them don't, because of the amount of effort that's actually involved in it. It's one of those careers that you need not only quite a high mental stat, but also quite a high physical stat. Or vice versa, depending on your opinion. Or, self-existence. And it's not even that you're not a high charisma character either, because if you've ever seen some of the videos that some astronauts have put out from the International Space Station, they are definitely entertaining people. Move on to what is probably the most significant day today. It is the 5th of May, or Cinco de Mayo, which God fucking knows what that's about. I thought about playing Guacamelee for this, but I don't really care for it, so I didn't put that. I love the sort of aesthetic of the thing. I also thought of making this a drinking video, but again, didn't feel like it. I also don't have tequila, so it would feel wrong. But I do love the whole, like, Day of the Dead aesthetic as well, like all that sort of thing. I actually haven't watched Coco yet. I need to, because it sounds like it'd be very much up my alley. I've also only seen like parts of the Book of Life. That's another thing I need to sit down and watch all of. Because I love the aesthetic of these things, but I haven't actually got around to watching them yet. It is all very much up my alley aesthetics wise. In link to it being Cinco de Mayo, it is National Totally Chipotle Day. I don't know why the word totally is in there, but yes, Chipotle. It's mostly just dried jalapeno in base, but I like it. Most people like it. I think it's great. If you like spicy food, Chipotle is a good way to go, because it's not too bad. It's not super hot, but it's got a really good kick to it. National Hoagie Day. Today I learned there's an A in hoagie. Weird spelling. Suppose if the A wasn't there, it would just be Hoagie. But I also feel like the A isn't the letter you should put in to have made it hoagie. Maybe it were like double O or OU, not an A, is what I'm saying. Apparently, according to this website, there is an A in hoagie, and I disagree with the English language is stupid. National Cartoonists Day. People who can animate very much like. I can kind of do very basic stuff from what I did in high school for Flash. I'm not a very good artist, as you will probably know if you've been watching. But people who can properly draw and properly animate and do these, big, wonderful... I mean, you've probably seen, I have 2 different Hasbro Hotel shirts. That's a fucking wonderful thing that's been produced. And I hope that gets picked up, or what. I hope that becomes a full, like, running series, because it fucking deserves it. It's a really good, like, because the amount of work and effort that's gone into that is fucking impressive, and it is a talent unlike many others animating is, and it impresses me to know it. I would love to have some animators to work with, and like, write some animation, write some stuff to do, and. Or whatever, like, I don't know what I'd want to do straight off the bat, but I'd love to have animators to work with. Basically, I am really good at ideas, I'm really good at managing teams, I just don't have a lot of the skills myself. I'm a catalyst to stuff, more than actually creator of stuff. So that's what this is for, is to get people's attention. National Silence the Shame Day is an interestingly phrased day for something that's very significant. This day turns to the idea of removing the stigmatism that exists in mental health, and being able to talk about mental health and being able to handle mental health. Someone who is really fucked up to the point where I kind of don't want to know what is wrong with me. I very much understand where this comes from. Mental health, like, very few people nowadays are perfectly fine in the mental health department, especially with everything that's going on at the moment. But that's a different kettle of fish altogether. The mental strain that this is taking and the amount of anxiety put on people because of this is not helping the matter that we're all kind of a little bit fucked up now. We should be able to talk about mental health. We should be able to talk about mental issues. We should accept mental issues. I follow a lot of subreddits, and one of them is the Insane People one of them is Insane People Facebook, which has a few things about disbanding, but one is Insane Parents, and the number of posts on Insane Parents that are just about parents that completely deny the idea of people having mental health problems. Mental health is a real issue. Again, I've mentioned it before, but all of the schools putting emphasis and pressure and driving these things into students are only giving them more problems in the future. I will tell you with absolute honesty that yes, they are important, but they're not nearly as important as your teachers may be pressuring you into thinking. Yeah, should you be trying your best? Should you be trying to get the best grades you can? Yes. Does that necessarily mean you have to put as much effort in as they say? No. Does it necessarily mean that if you fail, everything is going to fall apart? No. I didn't get close to what I was asked to get to go into uni, and I still got let in, and I came out of uni with a 2-1. Like, the second highest thing you can get, for the simple fact, and this is sort of off topic, but for the simple fact that the course I did in uni is all practical based. Minus one exam that even though that we weren't told about, that we were told there was no exams. There was one exam, but what are you going to do? But A-levels were almost solely exam based. There was practical stuff in there, but it was mostly exams, even for subjects that should have been more practical. And I don't do exam environments well. I've said it before. I don't like silence. I don't like silence unless I'm actually having a mental breakdown. And then I want silence. Shut the fuck up and leave me the hell alone. Or at very least, don't ask me what's wrong, because I don't want to fucking talk about it. Yeah, if I'm sitting in silence, I probably don't want to talk about the reason why I'm sitting in silence. At least not at the time that I'm sitting in silence. We should move on to the other days before this gets a bit too much like a therapy session. Actually, on this topic, I completely didn't plan this. For the first Tuesday of the first full week of the month, it is National Teacher Appreciation Day. So to all those teachers that actually were kind about it, all the nice teachers and all the teachers that, because there is a level of not doing anything that's a problem as well. Like, you want to push students forward, but you don't want to push students off of the fucking cliff. There's a difference. And yeah, so there's all these teachers I had that were fun and actually did this shit properly. Good on you. And the final day for today, which is for just the first Tuesday of the month, not the first Tuesday of the first full week, the Tuesday of the first full week of the month. God, this is getting complicated. Is National Foster Care Day, and yeah, it is always, like, it's one of those things that is so wonderful to hear about. Like, for whatever reason, they had to get put up into adoption for the first place. Yeah, but for the people that take them in and look after them and help them, it is a wonderful thing, and you should deserve the praise. 100%. Anyway, that will do us for today's weird trip of an episode. Join the flock and subscribe. Prove to me, you and the rest of the world, that you are better than YouTube by sharing this video, because they don't promote me, which makes things really difficult. Embrace the chaos. It is the natural order of things. It's way more fun. It's a lot easier. And again, everyone's sort of mentally fucked. So anyway, and our mission statement is to change the world, make this place a better place. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.